Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high.
Okay, so I'm going to do a quick Kmart haul for you for all the things that I bought today. I did buy one item that wasn't from Kmart, which is going to be my main big statement piece. Just to keep the cost down, I did go to Kmart. I do really like to support those locally owned businesses. But yeah, that was honestly just to do with budget factor. So I got, the first one was this white linear pot. So it is in this fluted type material. And it also has a little hole at the bottom for drainage as well. If you want to put it for drainage, you can take the little plug out of the bottom. The next item I got was this candle. I didn't actually buy it for the smell. The candle scent is guava, I believe, but I bought it because it's got this gorgeous stone texture to it. So the gallery wall and front entry makeover that I'm doing today is going to be modern organic. So the things that I'm going to be using are going to be sort of like your natural textures and also like the more of a neutral color palette. The next item I got was this woven basket. It's just called round braided woven basket. This is 32 centimeters high by 35 centimeters in diameter. But yeah, it's just got this gorgeous rope print on it. And it's just very neutral and very basic, and it's great for storing things like your hats or scarves or things like that that you might actually want to put in the entry. So the last basket that I got was called Rustic Woven Seagrass. It's the same height, 30 high and 35 diameter, but it's just this gorgeous seagrass woven, and it does have some handles on it as well. And this is the last item because I wanted to keep it quite minimal and basic, so it's really easy to upkeep. So I'm making a gallery wall, and I know a lot of people have been asking about gallery walls, so we're going to go and I'll share with you a lot of tips on that today. But this is one that I did purchase, and these were $14. They did have them in white and in oak as well. This is just new in at Kmart. And the last item, which isn't from this haul, but it was quite expensive, so this is where like a lot of the money's obviously went to. It's this gorgeous urn. So this one here is like the stone, very natural looking, sort of aged, and that's what I like to do when I'm styling. I do like to have some stuff that is, you could say, aged stuff, and then stuff that is new, so it doesn't just look clinical or just look like a display home. So that's definitely a good way of mixing things up if you're wanting to do a whole space, but make it look natural and not look like something that's just come out of a magazine. So it is huge, it is heavy, it's hard for me to lift, but they do have a few different sizes if you really like this product. All right, so let me show you the area that we're working on today. This is the area that we're working on today, and we've already pulled one of these out of the packet, and we've done a little bit of measuring, so we sort of have an idea of where all the picture frames are going to. But yeah, all the stuff that I showed in the haul, I'm probably going to use all of it or some of it, most of it, in this area to decorate today. So let's get into it. So for this project, I'm using a level, a standard tape measure, a builder's pencil, some picture hanging hook kits. These are just from the supermarket. I'm also using some painter's tape, and that is just so I don't mark the walls, and then I'm also using a hammer. So if you're ever needing any tips on the heights of hanging certain things, there is lots of blogs on Pinterest, and this one is actually my favorite, so I thought I would link that one for you so you guys can check it out for yourself if you're ever hanging something around the house and you're just a bit confused on heights. To begin with, I'm just measuring the width across to see how wide this table is,
and this is going to give me the center of the wall of where I want the very center of my middle frame to sit. Next of all, I'm measuring 300 off the table here, and that is where I want the very bottom of the last picture frame to sit.
The air was cool and golden in the end. I'll hold on to the sweatshirt that you left. I'm holding on.
Next of all, I'm just measuring the width of my picture frame, so I know exactly how high it's going to sit from the bottom of the frame, which I have marked out on the wall, to the top. Now that I've done that, I'm able to measure on the wall where the top of the picture frame is going to sit.
Close your eyes, stay the night. I keep falling.
Next of all, I'm grabbing my picture hook and I'm actually just going to attach it to the hook on the back of the frame, and then I need to measure from the hole on that hook to the top of the picture frame. So I know how far down the wall I'm going to need to measure from that top picture frame measurement that we just popped onto the wall. Now I'm just labeling these with numbers 1 to 6, and that is just so I know which picture frame goes where as I'm measuring everything out onto the wall.
Darling, all that I wanted was you. I know that you're feeling it too. Close your eyes, stay the night.
Next, I'm just measuring them all out the same pretty much, but these are going to be 100 mils off one another. So 100 mils between each of the picture frames. Next of all, I'm just using a ruler to measure out the top ones because I really should have just marked out the whole line on the entire wall, so where the 3 frames would sit, and then measured off the bottom ones, if that makes sense. So I am measuring off the bottom ones in here, but I already had them on the wall, so it made it a lot harder. So if you're going to do this, definitely put 3 lines straight up the walls, and then all you need to do is sort of measure off that line and they'll already be in line, if that makes sense. Now, putting these on the wall was quite a challenge in itself. They didn't really want to hook onto the black hook on the back of the frame. They just kept trying to catch to the top of the actual frame. It was quite frustrating. I don't know if it's because it was a cheap frame and that's what you get, but yeah, it is quite frustrating. So if you are buying some of these, just keep that in mind when you're putting them on the wall, that they are going to be a little bit fiddly, unfortunately. Next of all was just making sure that everything was level. I did have to take off the picture frame on the left and then just readjust the hook a little bit. So I didn't have to take it out of the wall, but I did just have to bend it a little bit just to make sure that it was perfectly level. It does really pay to make sure things are level and perfect like this because you're going to be looking at it every single day. So it can be really painful doing it because it takes a lot of time, but I'm telling you, it's one of those things that you do it properly, you do it once, and yeah, the results is something that you'll reap the benefits for in years to come. Every time when you walk past it, you don't have to say, gosh, I wish I did that better.
Okay, so I'm all finished and I'm going to share with you what it looks like. I haven't put the photos in the picture frames because I'm just trying to protect privacy. So you guys probably may have realized I'm almost finished my own house, which means I'm going to need a few more projects. So I've sort of just taken on family and friends houses as well. If anybody that I know sort of wants something done, I just sort of help them style their house as well. So I can share that with you guys on my channel, which is cool. I love it.
So obviously this is how it's turned out. I am so happy with it. It is just very modern and very neutral. It has the old sort of rustic vibes, some beautiful bits of nature, and yeah, even this little pot is, how cute is it, the little plant. It is called, I'm going to grab it out because I popped it in here. That's it there. I'm not even going to bother trying to say that, but yeah, it's really cute. I'm hoping that it stays alive. But yes, that is it. And yeah, so that's how it's going to look. As I said, it's going to have the black and white photos, so it's going to, yeah, just look completely different than what it does. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and of course next week I have got my full kitchen renovation series. I'm going to be posting it for you guys to enjoy, so definitely go and check that video out if you've been waiting. I actually have 3, so it's a series just like I did with my home refresh and makeover series that I did a while ago. So it's sort of going to be similar to that. I'm just vlogged basically my whole kitchen makeover, so in 3 different stages. So if you've got sort of like the picking out and choosing of the stuff and the demolition, then you've got more of the tiling and putting the cabinetry together, and then you've got the other part, which is more of like the finishing, I suppose, of the kitchen. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy this series. I've been hanging to bring that out. The first video was 6 months ago, so yeah, it's been a really, really long time in the making. So yes, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch up with you next week for a new video. I'll see you then. Bye.